Hello. This trade that I'm about to propose is compliments of a brother, a good brother in my fraternity named Josh Burnett. Um, so he was looking at Target and he was thinking that he may have missed an opportunity. And I think there may be more of an opportunity here. Um, I'm looking at two things here. If you look at my screen, I have multiple time frames: a daily, a 4 hour, a 2 hour, a 1 hour, and the 30 minute. I see a setup on the daily that I think will make this um, play. So they had a little run up here on a daily. They had a little run up. It's pulled back, and then you can see that we've now. This would have been an ideal time to get in, but I think there's a little more of a run up going into earnings. They have dividends that they are announcing on the 17th, and earnings the next day. So I'm going to look at an options play. Um, I'm also using this study, which is showing, which says that stocks always revert back to the mean, right? So here's my mean, the 21 moving average, and you can see it rode really well above it, and it got extended to two ATRs, or two standard deviations above it, came back, went through it, and now it's starting to make its next movement in towards earnings. So I think there's room to play this just a little bit past two standard deviations, or what I like to call two AV ATRs. So let me draw in some Fibonacci so I can establish some risk rewards here. Um, so I'm going to do it from this high to this low. And when I look at this, right now, the stock, if you focus on this number here, the stock can move almost like 3.7 points in a 14-day period. So 3 points is 165. 165 is just a little bit below the 100. So I like that 165. I like it to just shy of the 100, which on here is in between two and three standard deviations. So let's see if I can find a trade that makes sense. So I'm going to bring in the option chain. All right, so I'm looking at an option for the 20th, since they have earnings on the 17th. They're expecting 11-point movement. I don't need 11 points. I'm happy if I get 70% of that. So if I get like 7 points, right? That takes it to 169. 7 points would be, that's a lot. 7 points would get me almost to a little bit past the 100. That would be a new high. I don't need all of that. I'm happy if I just get 5 points on here, right? If I get like 5 points, but seven, it would be my perfect number where I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the trade, and I'm going to now say, let's go back to the option chain. So I'm going to take this trade, and I think I'm going to buy the 15-point spread. So I'm going to buy the Delta 66. I'm actually going to buy the Delta. They're thinking they can move 11 points. I'm going to buy the Delta 58 trade. I'm going to buy the Delta 58, right? Um, and in this particular case, let's come back here. Let's establish. So I established my risk. I'm shooting for 5 points. Right now, it's touching one ATR. I'm wrong if I'm willing to sacrifice if it breaks back below the 50% Fibonacci. That's going to be my sign to get out. So I'm going to just set up an alert right here now that just says, hey, if it falls below here, it's time to look at my trade because it may be time to get out. So now I put in a little marker to say if it hits that number, it's time to get out. So I'm willing to risk that. But what I want is, I'm looking for 5 points. I love all nine, but I'm all seven, but I'm happy with five. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase. I'm going to go ahead and purchase some options here. So I have it up here, okay, and I'm obviously not going to pay the high end. So this is the trade I'm looking to make, and maybe I don't buy 10 of them. That's a lot. I'll buy 5 of them, and this is the trade I'm willing to make. Okay, and where is it? Perfect. So I'm going to buy, okay, the order got filled. So now what I'm going to do now is I will set up my closing order to close out that trade once, I get my two ATRs. Thank you.